Hey y'all, it's Sarah. I did not get to finish the pieces that I wanted to show you along with my little peace sign ornament. So I wanted to pop back really quick and show it's two little companion pieces that were really simple. And I'm just going to jump right into it. I'm still using kind of the same pieces that I showed in the original video. I've got my little foam core pieces. This is just Readi-board brand, and I'm using black. That way I don't have to really do anything to the back side of this. It'll just be nice and solid. I went ahead and painted out some of these Dollar Tree wood ornament stickers. I'm going to be using two of the snowflakes. I've got twine just to make a hanger if you want to add a hanger, or these are going to be light enough that you can honestly just tuck it into your branches and it's fine. In order to paint these pieces, this is what I used. I just used Waverly chalk paint in white. I only had to use one coat for these, so that was really handy. I've got one strip left of the 1/2 inch painted out foam core, and really quick, in order to do my strips like this, I'm still painting my normal 3-inch strips, and then I cut them down. That way I'm not trying to paint across this little bitty pattern. And I'm going to link the painting tutorials for how to do the wood look if you need it. Those I kind of keep separate. That way I can put a lot more detail into how to get this wood look. But all this is just one little piece cut down from one of my 3-inch strips. I cut the entire 3-inch strip down in 1/2 inch increments. So I would have a lot of these because I thought this was a good size for me to do my ornaments. You can see this one, I've already painted the two sides so that I would have this kind of full wood look. And the last thing I have is this sad little bottom piece left of that one Wal-mart gift bag that had the galvanized look with the little red truck on it. This literally is down to like the last little bit of this sucker, and I really wanted to find a way to use it. So I'm going to try to cut this down. My foam core pieces, I had cut them at 4.5 by 4.5, but it really is going to vary into, you're going to kind of want to measure that out to whatever your last little scrap of this is. And I know this craft was not really geared for everyone, and that's okay. I had a few friends that jumped in with me and did the other galvanized bag crafts. So you guys likely have the same scraps left over that I did. So this was kind of just geared towards us to use those up and really feel like you got your $2.54 worth out of this bag. I am just trying to pull this glue apart. This is one of those kind of sticky glues. So it's not ripping my paper. It's just leaving like a glue residue behind. I just felt like that would make it a little easier for me to cut this last little portion down. So I'm just gonna disassemble this little bit that I can. It's not necessary. I just thought it would allow me to get it a little flatter. So this is what was left when I disassembled that thing. I pulled all this portion off of there where the little flaps and stuff were, and this is kind of what I'm left with. Out of this piece, I need to get a perfect square that's going to fit whatever my foam core measurements were. For mine, I think I need, let's see, the fullest width on this is 3.5. So I'm going to go ahead and cut right here, right along. I'm just using this barcode here to give me a straight line. And there we go. My framing should cover that pretty well. So I'm just going to come, ooh, and I'll still have a couple little scraps to use with my scrapbook punches, and I'm going to have what looks like little metal embellishments from those just off of this little scrap. So that's just enough. Mine ends up being somewhere about 3.5 by 3.5, 3 3/4. It really does depend on how far down, how close out you can get this little section cut. But it still gives you a pretty nice size ornament. Just to make sure. Yep. So I'm just going to cut these down. So I've got that cut down. I'm just going to lay this down and get it pretty centered. I'm using a craft glue stick, an Elmer's glue stick. The reason that I use this is it is not a really wet glue. And I actually can see better on this black. It's not a very wet glue, and it sticks really quickly. It dries really quickly, and you're not getting a lot of wet seepage down in this foam core that will kind of start to peel up that surface. I will tell you, the weird thing that I've noticed is that the black is less prone to peeling up than the white is. It's on there just a little more sturdy. Not much, but it is just a little more sturdy. So I'm just taking a popsicle stick because I don't have to worry about it gouging since they're so flexible. And really smoothing that down. Just like that. There we go. I went ahead and did this one. My next step is to just come in with my little faux wood framing strip. And I'm just going to measure out 2 of the edges, which I usually cut opposites because I'm going to be doing a very primitive frame on this. I'm not going to be doing a 45. It's just going to be butted against each other. So I start with 2 opposites, get those measured out, cut them down, and then get the 2 sides because they're going to be slightly smaller. They'll be about an inch smaller than these pieces. So I went ahead, jumped through, and did that. And let me grab all those little pieces. And now you'll see what I mean. So, these 2 sides are a little bit longer than the others. And somehow I managed to cut myself an extra, which is probably not a bad thing for me. So, there we go. I'm just going to assemble these really quickly. There is nothing to it. I'm going to start at one end. I'm going to build those 2 shorter ones so that way that other piece is even to both sides, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to start gluing these down. And I'm trying to get through this one really quick, guys. I was so disappointed that I did not manage to get it all in the same video. But if I was going to be doing them and trying to get the most out of these scraps, I really wanted to show you guys how to use that thing up as far as you could use it. So I've got one of them put together, and I was going to show you really quick what I meant about doing the opposite side of the frames. I'm starting with one of those longer pieces. I'm getting it aligned on my bottom section here. Then I'm going to come in with the 2 shorter pieces. If I get those in place, this is just going to fall right in where it belongs. If you were to do the 2 opposite sides on this one, you might find it a little harder to slide your 2 little shorter pieces in. Either which way it's going to work. I just did it this direction because I thought that would make it one step faster without me having to come back and trim anything. And you can kind of see now that just pops right in its little spot. And there you go. How cute is this little thing? Super cute. I've already painted the sides of this one. Now you see kind of why I went with the black, so that I didn't have to do anything with the back of mine. So my next step on this one would be to go ahead and go in and paint these little sides out so you don't have any white showing. And the last thing I'm going to do is bring in my little snowflakes. You could make these with like family initials, which would be really cute, I think. You can use like the Dollar Tree poster board alpha stickers. And that would be really cute if you wanted to do that. I'm just going to pop these little guys right there in the center. How cute is that? For literally what was left of the trash part of the bottom of that bag. I could go in, if you saw the other little piece to this, I can go in, I can add a beaded loop around this top. I could simply just put the twine in. You can decorate these further. I really like the simplicity of this, and I don't think I'm going to put anything as a hanger. I can tuck these into my tree branches, but this is a really cute size for a tier tray, especially for like a galvanized tier tray or a wooden tier tray, any of your tier trays, honestly. This is really cute. It's a good size for that. It's super lightweight, so if you're doing your own DIY Dollar Tree tier tray, this is a really good option for that. But I did want to share this with you, even if I had to get it in separate, just because I thought these were absolutely adorable for basically using kind of trash pieces. One last thing I wanted to show you. This is the very last of what is left of that bag. You guys can see I have got some scrapbook punches. I'm actually going to try this one. It is a really intricate one. I'd probably be better off with a more simplistic one, but we're going to test this out. I'm going to do the legwork for you guys if you happen to have any punches around, or you could hand cut something out of this and have it as what looks like a little galvanized embellishment for something. So I'm probably going to do the rest of those, but I did want to show you that you could do something like that. Just hand cut a shape. These last few scraps, don't toss them. How cute would this be on a sign of some kind that is not heavy? You could go in, do another set of these with maybe the black background or the white background and pop these as a metal embellishment in the center. So I wanted to throw that idea out there. I was not about to just throw those away without getting one more little use out of that. And I hope that at least gave you some ideas of what to do, what not to do. You guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you get a chance to craft for yourself. I'm trying to get myself back on the crafty road. So expect a lot of little crafts like this for me. I know they're not a big deal, and I'm not even sure that they are YouTube worthy. However, a lot of this is geared more towards the group because I'm very interactive with them, and we like sharing ideas over there. If you're not a member, go check out Facebook for the Peppermint Cactus. There's a lot of fun ideas over there, and a lot of these videos tend to lean towards interaction with the group and using what you've got, playing with ideas that we have been discussing in the group. So if that gets a little weird and you're like, that video is really random, that's kind of where some of these come from. So all that blabbering being said, I hope to talk to you guys soon. I've got a lot more smaller ideas coming up. A lot of these are going to be fun for those of you that really wanted to change the look of your tree, especially if you're leaning farmhouse. And you're wanting some ideas for individual unique ornaments without going and paying $6 or $7 for a single pretty ornament. These are going to be little kind of small ideas, but things that would apply really well to that ornament making idea. I will talk to you guys soon. Y'all have a great week. Bye, y'all.